Doctor, if you don't mind, can you touch my hand in front of everyone? Everyone may finally believe that my body is not dangerous. Ah. Okay. Your hand. Yes. Kiss. Did I do it wrong? Not really. A girl's voice in game chat is more powerful than any marine. Fun story. Maybe, when I was younger, my brother was super duper into COD, and he is actually really freaking good at it. So one day, he gave me his MIG headset and told me to talk while he was playing, and it was wild. The levels of assault that young men produce when under the impression that a little girl is destroying them in COD is a beautiful thing. Hi Jen, I'm Ben. Hi Ben, I'm Jen. Nice to meet you Jen, do you wanna be my friend? I'd love to be your friend Ben. You seem like a solid 10. I've just taken my son's phone. How do I access his history? It's impossible. Oh thanks. I knew a guy who sold weed in high school and college. One time he made pot brownies to sell. In the process, he discovered a love for baking. Dude's a pastry chef now, wears cute aprons. Leaving a watermelon on someone's doorstep in the middle of night is a pretty inexpensive way to occupy a portion of their mind forever. TikToker goes viral with emotional reaction to passing bar exams after grandparents remortgaged their home to cover her law school fees. Legal cheek. A London man named Russell Gray was denied permission to redevelop a vacant land that he owned, so he acquired permission to install a tank on the site. The council had approved it thinking it was a septic tank, but he instead installed a Soviet-built T-34-85 medium tank with its gun turret pointing at the council officers, a light-hearted protest. I noticed there was a blank wall at McDonald's, so I decided to make this fake poster of me and my friend and put it up. It's been there for 51 days. If we lose we get baptized, and if they lose they go out drinking with us. Yo, if your name Aidenman from Toronto, your girl Jess that plays softball cheating on you, she talking about it on the plane with her friends. In 7th grade a boy asked me to be his girlfriend and I wasn't sure I heard him correctly, so I panicked and just said yes, and then he high-fived me and we never spoke again. Jamal, if you're out there, happy 11-year anniversary. Do not kill the part of you that is cringe. Kill the part that cringes. Bench press a number of Shrekshul partners. My teacher came to school in pajamas to protest finals being held at 7 in the morning. Chicago man arrested after repeatedly stealing guns off of officers using a toy dino grabber. I almost took a girl home last night until this guy showed up. There's a girl in front of me on the bus having a full FaceTime call out loud with her parents, so I put my face in the camera and said, "Honey, I had no idea I was meeting your parents today. I will enter your personal life if you enter my personal space." Mom who helped her blind daughter graduate from law school by attending every class and reading each textbook out aloud for 4 years received an honorary law degree for her effort. Your wife is gonna be beautiful, but will she love me? You don't understand how much I love this. The single most important thing a man can do to be an ally is give his woman friends permission to give dudes at the bar his number, so when they call he can angrily say that's not funny because she died 15 years ago that very night. My Professor Mfeo, a few of you have talked to me about having trouble getting some of the books for this course. The university is adamant that you purchase textbooks through the official university bookstore. Beware of sites that promise and deliver free PDFs of all kinds of books, such as these sites might seem perfectly helpful in that they deliver exactly what they promise, but they are also free. I can't remember what I was saying. Anyway. YouTube star dumps world Shrek's East Weather Girl so he can spend more time playing Call of Duty. No one is born Chad. Me who is born in Chad. Virgin bee names: Honey bee, Carpenter bee, Bumblebee, Mason bee, Chud Wasp names. Murder Hornet. Executioner Wasp. Cicada Killer. Tarantula Hawk. They got an AI to play Tetris with the goal of surviving for as long as possible. It paused the game. Normies. You look kinda hot. No cap. Wanna be my girlfriend? I'm not like other girls. So you need to pay the bills. Work full time and still make time for me. Have zero expectations. Meet all my demands. Give me freedom. Be liked by my family and friends. Be tall. Strong. Entertaining. Blah blah. Chads, can I interest you in a piece of cheese? I'm sold. How many children do you want? Dear Mario. Tell Luigi he still owes me like 20 bucks. Peach. Dear Peach. Bitch. I don't owe you shit. Luigi. In 2013, a paralyzed man in Wales gave up his dream of walking again to pay for a young boy's treatment instead. Dan Black spent years saving £20,000 for stem cell treatment, but after hearing of a 5-year-old boy in a similar predicament, he donated the money to him instead. Fazaldin, a British Indian Army soldier who was impaled by the sword of a Japanese officer. He pulled out the sword, killed the officer who stabbed him, and another enemy soldier, destroyed an entire enemy position, and walked 25 yards with a hole in his chest to deliver his report. Waiting for our flight and this guy pulls a life-size Lego groundhog out of his carry-on. In case you were wondering, me and my husband can see you half naked smoking from that bong through your front window across the street. Do I look cool? Just learned our 9-year-old did an experiment on us. Lost tooth, told no one for 3 days, kept tooth under his pillow. No money. Then he tells us he lost the tooth. Next night there is money under his pillow. Then confronted us with his scientific evidence that the tooth fairy isn't real. Science 100. The test pilot of the USAF's first jet fighter dressed as a gorilla to mess with other pilots. Pilots flying the usual piston-driven aviation engine would report back to base with sightings of a last-moving plane without a propeller. They also said the plane was flown by a gorilla wearing a derby hat, waving a stogie at them. Other pilots who were exposed to Wallam's prank were convinced by Air Force psychologists that they hadn't really seen the gorilla flying the plane, because everyone knows you can't fly without a propeller. Doc, I'm pretty sure I saw a gorilla wearing a hat flying a plane with no propeller. Take your meds. I heard he donates money to Wikipedia. People that are vegan for preserving animals and environment. People that are cannibals to solve overpopulation and world hunger. A man paid $200.57 for one night at a famous New York City hotel, then lived there rent-free 4 years. Now he could go to jail. My kid discovered you can photocopy anything, and now he's trying to prank me. Some girls be like, all men are dicks. Men. The stethoscope was invented because the inventor felt uncomfortable placing his ear on a woman's bare chest to listen to her heart. Athea vegetables. I demand perfect soil, temperature and regular watering, and if you don't eat me within 3 days I will rot. Potatoes. Dirt. TN man arrested for planning an arrest to get free food and shelter in jail. You have outsmarted me, but I outsmarted your outsmarting. Yo, anyone else ever notice I look identical to Broly from Dragon Ball Z? People with super strength, flight, invisibility, etc. People that can forget any movie, game, book or show at will, so they can re-experience them all over again. Bishnu Shrestha, a Gurkha soldier in the Indian Army, fought off around 40 armed robbers on a train to prevent an 18-year-old girl from being raped. Using only a knife, he managed to kill 3 and injure 8 of the robbers. When the girl's parents offered him a significant cash reward, he refused, saying, "Fighting the enemy in battle is my duty as a soldier. Taking on the thugs on the train was my duty as a human being." In 2015, a man from New Zealand named Nigel Richards spent 9 weeks memorizing words from a French dictionary before entering the French Scrabble Championship. He won and became national champion despite not speaking any French. I don't play Dungeons and Dragons. I do. When someone asks me how I wanna go, Chrysippus, an ancient Athenian philosopher, died from laughing at one of his own jokes. I will never get over the fact there are reverse weebs in Japan that are obsessed with the Wild West. Being disrespectful to teachers isn't funny or cool. They're doing their job and you're just being an asshole. This lady at Jamba Juice just cut me in line and the worker saw, so when it was my time to order he goes, "Congrats, you were the 18th customer today. You get a free drink of choice." Oh my ducking god, her face. Raw video. Today, armed activists with the group Don't Comply held their annual Feed the Need event, where they gave homeless people food, winter clothes and blankets, a crime in Dallas. The group was armed to deter cops, with one young participant even open carrying swords. Sup, I'm Chad, been sober for like 40 days. Not in a row or anything, just total. Dad dies saving his daughter's life by wrapping her in bear hug during plane crash. Children. Today's local hero is Jerry Trainer. Cheering. Going on to TikTok and hearing how Jerry Trainer, Spender from iCarly, used to protect his young co-stars from their creepy and abusive boss Stan Shinder by doing crazy things in order to take his attention away from them, turning up on set on days he wasn't meant to be there, to keep an eye on Dan, and even visiting the sets of other shows to make sure the kids of those shows were okay. Great-great-grandma celebrates turning 103 by having massive rave. Players in other games. No, this character needs to be buffed, because in his lore, Wall of Text, War Thunder players, leaks government documents. See, this leaked government document proves that this tank needs to be buffed. The Virgin Logan Paul vs the Chad George Clooney, who had a massive pet pig for its entire 18-year life, and on multiple occasions dumped girlfriends when given a "it's me" or the pig ultimatum. Please don't laugh. Day 1 vs Day 112. Same shirt. A man sold his engagement ring and bought full suit of Halo armor after being dumped by his girlfriend. Muhammad Ali letting a young fan win a fight, 1963. Peter Fruchin, the most interesting man in the world. An Arctic explorer once trapped under ice used frozen poop to dig himself out. Won the $64,000 question. Author of 35 books. Hollywood consultant on Inuit culture. Active in the Danish resistance against the Nazis. Escaped from prison. And he had one leg. Donkey after ducking the dragon. Oh, I just jog every once in a while. I do CrossFit. I lift competitively. I pulled apart 2 pieces of flat Lego without using my teeth. Uses Apple Music. Uses Spotify. Downloads MP3 from the internet. Being forgetful isn't stupid, it helps make smarter decisions, scientists say. Me who forgot someone's name 3 seconds later. Be me. Have a giant crush on this girl I've known for 4 years, but she's been in a relationship with a dude, whom I also know. Host a party, but he was busy and didn't come. She was too drunk after party to drive, and asked to stay over. Found out she had been having relationship issues, and wanted to cheat on him. Refused. She gave me a sad look and fell asleep. I'm still a virgin. I did good, right anons? No. You can't have hentai games or adult only games in our store. We have shareholders and corporates to worry about. Here, have a collection of more than 500 hentai games. I hope you are comfortable playing with one hand. An 83-year-old retired Marine kept the promise he made to his friend while in a bunker in Vietnam and stood guard one last time. No, you need to peel us and eat properly. Do whatever the duck you want. When the whole town gets together for a celebration and Roald comes out in his pussy slayer sweater, Yes. Well then. 8 years ago my neighbor at the time had an obnoxiously loud roof turbine vent. The whole neighborhood could hear it. He went up one day because it had been suspiciously quiet. The dude with a bow. The neighbor. Carefully, he's a hero. The average body of someone who keep trash in their pocket till they find a trash can. In 2001, a man wrestled a 7-foot bull shark to retrieve the severed arm of his nephew. After saving the boy, the man dived back in, seized the shark, and wrestled it to shore where a ranger shot it. The arm was pried from its gullet, put on ice, rushed to the hospital and successfully sewn back on. You should only give poor people grocery store gift cards, so they don't buy drugs. If you're giving to the less fortunate, let them decide how to use the money, or give to a charity instead. After all, they can't pay rent in groceries. Sylvester Stallone wanted a new dog. His wife wouldn't let him get a new dog. Sylvester Stallone buys new dog. His wife filed for divorce. Sylvester Stallone covered the tattoo portrait of his wife with a tattoo of his new dog. What everyone thinks Chad looks like. What he actually looks like. Virgin Neanderthal. Continues to migrate, proceeds to go extinct. Chad Homo sapiens. Begins the process of agriculture. Conceives, has and raises their rival, Neanderthal, babies. Keeps a family dynamic. Doesn't need to hunt often. Domesticates dogs. Cats decide to domesticate to them. Doesn't go extinct. I need to make a move on him. It's so cold today, isn't it? He's gonna offer me his jacket. It's gonna be so romantic. You can have my pants. A tortoise saved his entire species from extinction after having over 800 babies. It was an honor to voice Hideo Kojima. Will you continue with this role in the future? No. Most games, with an audience of mostly children. This game has a childish audience. No, some adults also play it. Minecraft. This game has a childish audience. We know. Says how much he likes the franchise. Films himself building a gaming PC. States that he played The Witcher game's hardest difficulty during lockdown. Leaves the show. Refuses to elaborate further. I'll always get a laugh out of Toshihiro Nagoshi transformation from Monkey Ball's lead dev to Yakuza's lead dev. No, you can't shut down in middle of nowhere. Thank you for bringing me back home from battlefield, even when I passed out from my wounds. Nay. A French weightlifter named Charles Regaulade was jailed for hitting a Nazi guard, but broke out of the jail cell by bending the bars. He allowed the other prisoners to escape as well. He then beat the guard who jailed him. Because that's what heroes do. My grandpa, who is 85, started making this rock map of Scotland in 1992. He collected rocks during amateur geology trips over 30 years. He says it had to be geologically correct and also aesthetically pleasing. He asked if I could share online as he wants to go viral, so please share. Albert Einstein. 100 authors claiming his theory of relativity to be wrong. If it were wrong, one would have been enough. You have your mother's eyes. Always. Take them, man. Haha, thanks. Dies. Therapist. Giga Chads ain't real. They can't hurt you. The Giga Chads. Robert Pattinson took an obsessed stalker out to dinner and bored her. He complained about his life the whole time, and he never saw her again. Driver. You got no money? No. Adult me washing my hands after touching the remote to eat. Child me going to the local forest's pond, catching frogs, going back home drinking from the hose, and eating without washing my hands. If I die, I die. Thought it would be cool to make Neck's body armor. In 1915, millionaire Cecil Chubb bought Stonehenge at an auction for his wife. His wife had sent him out to buy dining chairs and hated that he had bought a Stonehenge instead. 3 years later, he gave Stonehenge to his country on the condition that the entrance fee would never cost more than a shilling and locals could always have free access. This man travels all over the country for his job. As a hobby he plays every claw machine he can while on the road. He donates everything he wins to charity toy drives. His name is Corpse the Grinder, and he is Cannibal Corpse lead vocalist. Be like Corpse Grinder. Man left his house with his PlayStation 5 after 7 magnitude earthquake hit Morocco. Woman divorces husband after he refuses to abandon their baby born with Down syndrome. Got caught in a rainstorm and my new white shorts turned see-through. Rookie mistake I suppose, was pretty embarrassing though. Average kids on internet saying how they are the loneliest. Me who watches horror movies just to feel I'm not alone. Anthony Thig 2007. Feels bad after long day. Well, time to watch Memellion.